Yo, what is good everybody? It's your boy the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we have a very special video for you guys. This is our first OP08.5 match on the channel. We have the Eggman on the left hand side rocking out that blue Doffy, as well as myself on the right with, of course, purple Luffy. Now this is an OP08.5, the 0.5 coming from the fact that we do get the star decks later in this month, which is going to be very exciting. We see quite a few decks get quite a few buffs, which is really nice, and so we're gonna go ahead and see how this matchup does. I do know that purple Luffy does have a hard time against blue Doffy, so we're gonna see what happens here. 5k swing does connect here using a leader ability. We're gonna take our own life. We're gonna ramp one Dawn with 4 active Dawn here. We're actually gonna go ahead and play out the Bon Clay. Bon Clay is gonna go ahead and ramp us 1 Dawn as active, and then pass the turn, and you see the immediate misplay coming from myself. We had the 1 cost event card that I had in my hand. I just didn't look at my hand, so guys, reminder, look at your hand. So we see the Jinbei coming down and then playing out the Weevil. Nothing new, just the standard really good combo here coming from Doffy. And we're gonna go ahead and, of course, give us our 2 Dawn, and we have quite a few plays. And in my head, I'm playing purple Luffy right now, like if I was in OP05, OP06, OP07, OP08, which essentially is you get to 10 as fast as possible, you drop 2 5-cost bodies, you call it a day. But this deck doesn't run it like that, and that's something I have to kind of learn. And I'm playing out the 1-cost event search to find a straw hat because I kind of want to actually play out the 7-cost Luffy. I think that'd be a fantastic turn for myself. Grabbing that Onami. Now, if you don't know, Onami is a 4-cost blocker here that is reverse queen. You trash 1 card, draw 2 if you have 8 or more done. So not too bad here. That paired up with the Luffy would be really great. I kind of wanted to get the Zoro. I thought the Zoro would be really nice. But we're going to start things off here with a 6k swing, copying the Weevil attack power with our Bon Clay, of course. And now we see a 2k counter coming down, and we're going to go ahead and use leader ability here to ramp 1 Dawn and take our own life to actually play out the 5-cost poly, tapping 5 to play it out, tapping 2 for the skill to actually remove the 4 costs off the board, ramping 1 Dawn as active, and now we see a big 6k into life, which does connect here, dropping Eggman down to 3 life. Now, I ended up choosing this route just because I can get the immediate value to get away from that one character. In my head, I thought it's like the same as putting on a blocker essentially, but yeah, not too sure. Because we see the immediate Weevil into Jinbei, which is quite nasty, and now we see a 7k swing going into life, which does connect here, and because I don't have a blocker, I do end up getting a bit punished there. So we are finally at our 10 Dawn, and we have quite a few plays. We have the Zoro in our hand, we have Queen as well as Nami on the hand, as well as Luffy, so I really have to kind of figure out here, what kind of combo do I want to do? What works the best against Doffy? In my head, I'm also very terrified because what if he just starts adding 7k swings to 2 Dawn to all of his characters and he just swings really, really big? And I'm just unable to defend myself. So getting a little worried here. So I'm going to go ahead and play out the 5-cost Queen to filter my hand just a little bit, as well as setting up a blocker. So of course, minusing 1 Dawn, drawing 2 cards, trashing a card, preferably with no counter, and I have 2 Zoros in my hand, as well as a Magellan. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually just pitch out the Zoro, and I'm gonna go ahead and swing a 5k into this Jinbei. This is an easy 1k counter. And it looks like Eggman does have quite a few cards, so he's gonna go ahead and give us the pudding, and now we see a 6k swing going into the Jinbei, which does go down, of course. And now I'm deciding, do I want to play Magellan? Do I want to play Zoro? I think in hindsight, the best play is probably playing out Zoro. He's a 4/6, but he gets to draw us a card essentially. And this Magellan does minus a Dawn, which isn't too bad. I'm already at 10 anyway, so if anything, it does help out me going against Eggman. Of course, 1 less Dawn does help, of course. That's a lot of courses. So Eggman here trying to figure out how he wants to destroy me, and we have the Jinbei, we have the Weevil, And we're gonna start things off here with a 6k swing. I imagine this is a 6k swing going into life. Face is always the place here. So 6k swing with the Weevil, and I'm gonna go ahead and give him possibly another 2k, or I can block and give him a 1k counter. And I'm really debating the 1k counter because the worst case scenario, I take another 7k, which I probably would take anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and block with this Queen, and I might give him this Onami. And now we see another Jinbei. Is this the third Jinbei? To play out a better card than Weevil. This card is absolutely insane. This is a brand new 4-cost 6,000 power Boa Hancock, and you're actually able to look at the top 3, reorganize, put them to the back to the top or to the bottom, and then you're actually able to give one of your characters or your leader, that is 7 warlords, a Rested Dawn. Absolutely insane. Such a good card. Yeah, probably honestly one of the best cards in the blue starter deck for sure. So giving one of this Rested Dawn to blue Doffy, attaching another Dawn to blue Doffy, and now we're swinging 7k into life, resting one, and we're gonna play out another one because why not? Giving another Rested Dawn to our leader, and this is really good. This is a crazy turn here for Eggman, setting up the Jinbei plus 2 more bodies. Pretty wild here. So I do have to actually take this, and now I'm resetting and I'm taking my turn here, trying to think, how do I not just die? I have the Magellan, which is quite nice. I have quite a few 6k bodies, so I could swing a lot of 7ks into the board here because I need to relieve some pressure. I don't think I have the time, nor do I have the counter in hand to just go face and not really care. I need to relieve some of this pressure. So unfortunately for me, a lot of these bodies are 6k, including the Boa Hancocks as well as the Weevil. The Jinbei will be probably a little easier to get rid of here. I also have to play around Perfume because as a spectator, you can see that Eggman actually has it. So 6k swing going into this Jinbei does connect here, does go down, and now we see an easy 6k swing going into this Weevil, and this is an easy 1k counter, of course. But I ended up going for the Boa Hancock instead. And now we see a big 8k swing going into Boa. This is a 2k 1k, which it looks like he might give us this Croc as well as this Law. Not too bad. And now we finally see the 7-cost Luffy here. We're gonna -1 Dawn to play out a 5-cost or lower Straw Hat. I have quite a few options, but I need some defense, so I'm gonna go ahead and play out this Onami. I have 8 or more Dawn on the board, so I'm gonna go ahead and pitch 1 card to draw 2 cards. Now Queen is just a little bit better. Just because you're able to cycle, you draw the cards, then you cycle, so you get rid of the dead cards in your hand. In this case scenario, I did draw into 1 dead card and 1 1k counter, which isn't that crazy. So 7k swing going into life. We're gonna go ahead and play this brand new 4-cost Law, which is actually gonna be able to bounce my my 4-cost Onami back to my hand, and he gets that counter right back in his hand as well. So a really nasty card. And I'm gonna go ahead and give him the 0-cost with the Magellan here, and this is a 7k swing going into life. And I have to give him another 2k 1k, or I can actually just take it. At this point, I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, it's not looking too good. This is going to be kind of tough, and I kind of want to say, you know what, if you have the Perfume, you have the Perfume. So 5k swing going into life here. I'm going to give him the Sanji 1k counter, and now we see a 6k swing, we have the 2k, and now we have the Perfume to give our Boa unblockable and just swing for game. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel as well as this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP08.5 matches coming out soon. See ya!